how to know if you are recovered between your set or your lift, and also how to know if a certain movement will give you a lot of bang for your buck. So I learned this tool from Dr. Jeremy Todd when I was recovering from my shoulder surgery to really know what type of movement would give me the most bang for my buck, but also know if my shoulder was recovered to keep going into my next set. So most of you might not know this, but I have a chemical engineering background, so I'm a complete nerd, and I don't believe in just following my emotion, and I really like data. So this tool is a completely data-driven tool where we are going to take data, assess where we are at compared to the average, and move forward with it. So here's the technique. Very simple. You're going to stand on a tall box or an object, and what you're going to do is you're going to put your feet together, bend over at the hip, and try to bring your hands down as low as you can, kind of like bending over, touching your toes. But on a tall box, you can go even lower for some of us, and you're gonna mark a line. That's going to be your first baseline. So now, once you have that line, you do it before you start training, you're gonna do your first set. Now, to know if you're recovered for the next set, or if the movement that you just did has some sort of effect on your body, once you bend over, you should see that your hands are now no longer touching that line. So you're not ready yet. You're gonna rest a little, go back on the box, and see if your finger goes back to the line. Once your finger goes back to the line, you are recovered. If you do a movement and your perceived exertion seems really high, like you're like, oh my God, that was really hard, and then you go on the box and your hand goes straight on the line or even past it, this is a good indicator that that movement might not give you as much adaptation as you think it does. And that's what we're really after, is the adaptation here. So I would encourage you to find another movement that might work the same muscle to see if the next movement is one that will bring more effect on your body and more stimulus. You will have more bang for your buck there. So again, the box, to see if you're recovered, you want your finger to go back to where that line is, and then once it does, you can move on. And to know if the movement brings a really good stimulus where you're gonna get a lot of adaptation with, you want to have a separation between that line and your finger once you hit the movement. This was super helpful for me. I hope it helps you a lot too. This is all about increasing your performance. If you want to know more about all the tools that I learned through my 10-15 years of performance-driven training, make sure to follow and subscribe, and in the comment below, tell me if it helps you, and also tell me what you want to learn more about. I am an open book.